Hi, my name is Brenda. I had a fire in February of 2019 of this year. In February, I work with Restore, fabulous company, and they work to restore my house. And we worked diligently together throughout the whole process. And here's October 2019, and I'm back at my house as we speak, and I'm loving every aspect of my gorgeous house. Hi, my name is Brenda, and I'm here in my house in Dolton, Illinois. Here to tell you about my story about what I went through with my house fire back in February of 2019. So, on a Thursday night, I believe it was Thursday night, about 11:30, waiting to take my son to work, I hear a big pop. So I come downstairs, and lo and behold, there's fire coming from my refrigerator. So I had to go back upstairs, get my granddaughter up, wake her up, get the babies up, get them out, go downstairs, tell my son to wake up, get my other great grandson that was downstairs sleeping where he was located. In the meantime, I let the dog out. And so at that time, the fire escalated. So, and my granddaughter's on the phone. She said, "Danny, you want me to call the fire department?" I said, "Yes, call them." She called Dolton. They put her on hold. Then they had to call, then they told, "Well, call Calumet City Fire Department." So they had to contact them. So they came out, and good thing they did when they did, because if not, my house probably would have blew up because the gas was still on. So everybody got out safe, but there was, I kind of scared her for a moment because my oldest great-granddaughter had went back to bed, unbeknownst to anybody, and my granddaughter said, "Come, Danny, Tiana is in the bed, still asleep." I said, "Oh my God." I went back upstairs, crawling along the wall, with heavy smoke, and found her in the bed with my hands, picked her up, and we went back down the stairs and went out the other entrance of my door. And everybody got out safe, because I mean, it was tremendous. And just to look at the fire from the outside, it's amazing we all made it out okay. Later that day, a guy named Weldon Macklin approached me. "Hi, my name is Weldon. I'm from Restore." I said, "How you doing?" He said, "Okay." I said, "Okay." So he said, "Well, we deal with fires, especially for the entire Dolton area." I said, "Here's my card, and we're here to help you." I said, "Okay." So he gave me his card, and I think later that day, same day, I think it was the 16th, Tammy from Homeland called me, and they put us up in the hotel that very night. So we stayed in the hotel for like 2 weeks. So in the midst of staying there, I went to go visit the people at Restore. I met Augie. I met Mike, the owner. They were very nice people. And I went through the whole facility. It was really nice how they got people's stuff stored in bins by addresses, by cities, and how they take care of your product. And when you get ready to move back in, all you got to do is they bring it back to your home and set it up, and you don't have to worry about anything. And I met Katie, and she was the one I worked with through the whole process of have my house restored. So, I met Jesse. He's the contractor, I guess the head contractor. I worked with him. I picked out all of my little nicks and knacks that I want for my house. And if anything that I told him if I didn't pick out, he can get it and let me know. If I didn't like it, then we can just switch it back, which in one case we did do, which was good. Nothing bad. And Jake was really nice. He's the project manager, young guy. He married somebody I used to work with when I was working at Jewel's. I didn't tell him that though, but here it is. He's really nice. So throughout the process, okay, the first thing we had to take all the contents out the house. So I met Wanda. Wanda is the lady that helped me through the process of itemizing and see how much stuff is worth, and then submit it to the insurance company. And I met her, and then at that point when I met her, which was like in I think April, at that point when she told me, "You haven't gotten a check," I said, "No, my insurance has not given me a check yet." She said, "You should have been and got a check." So she said, "You should call them right now," which I did that day, and that's when I met. I talked to Kimberly at Travelers. She said, "You haven't gotten a check?" I said, "No, ma'am, I have not got a check yet." She said, "Well, we're gonna fix that now." So, and she told me she'll coming back the later day, and she did, and they issued me a check for 20 G's, which that was a wonderful feeling. I can start like building my life back and try to get back in my house. So that was good. So they got the stuff out the house. They brought in a pod. Well, they couldn't fit in my garage in the back. They put in a pod, and that was there for like, I guess about 2 months, I want to say. And then they started working on the, when they took the pod away, and we cleared stuff out. They had more stuff in the house. They had to clear it out. They brought dumpsters in. I mean, we had to have 2 big old huge dumpsters to haul everything away. Everything from the refrigerators down to the, I mean, what else was in here? The refrigerator was the biggest thing. And TVs, I had a old, I would say, antique hutch that was in my dining room here. It had got a little fire damage too, but I didn't want to throw it away. So stuff that I want to keep, they put in my garage, and stuff that threw away, they put in the pot. I mean, in a dumpster. And then they came in. They had to do the asbestos thing, which they did. And at that point, when they found out it was asbestos in the house, they gutted the whole house, because initially it was just supposed to be a complete job upstairs. In the garden apartment downstairs, it was just gonna be a clean and repaint and redo all the issues down there. But then when they found out I had asbestos, it was a complete gut job. So that's a blessing in disguise. Yeah. So after that, after being gutted out, okay, the first issue was they had to, I want to say they had to bring one of the walls out because it wasn't up to code. That you go through that. Then they had to do the electrical work, plumbing, all new plumbing. Then they, what did they do yet? I think it took a while for the plumbing and electric work. And then after that, they did the drywalling. And then I started painting. I started picking the paint colors. And Jesse had already measured for the windows. But the drywall went first, then the paint. And I think then was the windows put in. Then when the windows were put in, they started doing a little bit more, work inside the house. They brought in the hardwood floors. They put the hardwood floors down, but they didn't varnish them yet until close to the end. Hardwood floors, and then they did the bathrooms. They put down the tubs. And from the tubs, they did the. They were waiting on cabinets. The cabinets didn't come until I think early September. I want to say the cabinets, and then after that, it was a little while wait. You had to wait on the countertops, which was a setback too. So they brought the countertops in, put that in. Things coming together, looking nice. Oh, it's looking nice in here. There's one guy, I don't know his name. He was so sweet. He didn't want to put my storm doors in too. Oh, they put the storm doors in. All new storm doors. Gorgeous. I wanted the same over door on this side, but Jesse said they didn't have that in stock anymore, so I had to pick another door. And we conversed and he calling me. I'm en route doing something. He said, pick a window, Miss Brenda. I said, okay, I got that one. Okay, thank you. I said, okay, Jesse. Good job. We got the doors in, and I love my doors though. And let's see, after the doors put in, the windows put in, the countertops finally came. In the meantime, with the countertops, I had picked out my gorgeous chandelier. I love it. I had so many to choose from, but at one point I was picking up like it's like a universal globe with the metal around it. My nephew said, no, that's ugly. So I said, let me get something that's my taste, I guess. So I picked this one. Firstly, I was warned the globe going down, but I like them going up, so that's better. I picked that. I picked my faucets for my bathrooms. I picked the all the light fixtures, the ceiling light fixtures, and the ones for the closet. Jesse picked those. I said, just pick something. I didn't care, but I got that one. I picked that one. That's for the ceilings and stuff in the bedroom. I picked all the ceiling fans, and I love my ceiling fan for the kitchen. It matches my cabinets in there, espresso. Like my dining room set, espresso. I love it. And let's see, what else did I pick? The light fixtures over the sink in the kitchen. I told just pick me something flush mount, and I love it. He couldn't have picked a better. I love that one. It's so neat. It's unique, like that. And he picked my faucets for my kitchen. I said, as long as I got a spout that pulls down and a sprayer, I'm good. And he picked a good thing. That's nice. I like that too. And let's see, after that, and they put down the vinyl flooring too. I forgot the vinyl flooring that almost matched my hardwood floors. He said it was a good job. And I know before all of the lights and stuff got put in, I think Mike came out and he looked at the colors I had picked. And he was saying, they was telling me that he said, it's a nice color. She got a good taste. I said, oh, I said, thank him. I said, thank him. Because I didn't know that. Because I'm doing all this by myself, you know, trying to get my daughter, because she works at night and she be sleeping day, so I'm doing all the picking by myself. So I don't want to pick something that was kind of gaudy or didn't match. But they say it's nice. And the cabinets, I love them cabinets. Just say, I got the same cabinets in my kitchen. And I like my the hardware. He said, I got the same ones in my kitchen. I said, oh, that's what I want right there, Jessica, right there, just like yours. So, all in all, the house is back together. They put my address on I picked my mailbox too. And the little sconce, the light sconces on the outside of my house, I picked those too. The ones I really wanted, sort of like the ones I had before, but just to say it was too tall, so I had to pick another one. So I got these, they hanging down. The one I picked was going up with it was like a little steeple on top. So he said they didn't have those. Well, it was too tall for the height. So I picked that, and that there's motion sensors, but I'm still waiting on the electrician to come back and kind of tweak them, because the sensor's not working on either one of them. And then they started one in the back, and the AC is not in yet, so they got to bring that out too. So I guess they waiting on everything to get together. But all in all, before that, let's see. Something I missed in there saying, what was it? Oh, they had to put my furnace. So they asked me in the beginning, did I want forced air or radiator? I wanted forced air. So in that saying, they had to take space from my basement and put a 4x8 section right there and put the furnace in there. And the hot water tank was supposed to go in there, but by not being a drain for the water to seep from the hot water tank, you had to go back in the original spot. It was fine. Still got a lot of room. So I got a lot of storage in that little room where the furnace is at, which is good. And I like forced air, because before I had the little radiators along the wall, which my kids used to keep knocking them loose and putting stuff down in there, falling in there. So the forced air is even better. And I got the AC in. Get the AC in, be all good. I got a brand new house, and I thank Restore for all of that.